Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another. That's my ice, by the way. Yet another exciting, unstoppable episode of Driving Saturday. I'm doing the finishing touches right now on Adventure Awaits, the anthology, and the whole thing is kind of done. Whoops, let me turn this off. There we go. I just have these bios, which I think are probably okay. I wanted to do some kind of art inside the bios, but I'm not sure what. I might look at doing some of Marsh's character on here. I'll have to look him up. Darby Cufflink, everyone. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can find him. He's sort of a guy wearing a suit with a briefcase. And he loves comics. I think that's the main character. So let's take a look. And he hits guys with his briefcase. So I don't know, might be fun. Let's try that. Let's gotta find out where to put him. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right about here. We're gonna do sort of a draft layer, and make it in black. And I'm actually looking for inking, not ink. Okay. Oops. I gotta think of a good pose to put him in. Hold on, let me just move this around so you can kind of see what's going on. So another thing I thought I might be able to do, I could do some kind of borders or something on this page. And you don't have to do too much to do borders. I'm wondering if I should do it in... You know what, if I do it... Stop. If I do it in a Rusty Nib type deal, let's do it in Rusty Nib 5. What will that look like? Let's do this. We're going to do, this is my idea now. We're going to do 1/4 or 1 corner, and then we'll reduce it and flip it to do, well, not reduce it, but flip it to do the other borders. I wonder if I can find... Oops. Maybe some references for things, for how to do it. It's a little bit less fun because, you know, this one's, it's definitely going to be black and white. So for anything ornamental, there's a scratchy nib. I'm also working at size. All right, I may not worry about this too much. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and send this to myself without the extra image on there. And share PNG, sure. No, not a OneDrive. Cancel. Send a JPEG to my mail. Okay. once this appears in my mail, I can use it with Adobe, which is my PDF making program to do the print file and everything. And I can actually show you a little bit of that because I've got most of it up together. So hang on, let me share my screen here. This is share screen. And it's this right here. So anyways, if you hadn't been aware, we've actually got Adventure Awaits completely done. And you can see if I click Organize Pages here, I've got all the pages here. What we were just looking at, which was the bio page, is going to be the second blank page. But as far as the content, it's all there already. And it's at 88 pages right now. We could probably put some kind of thing in the back too, but I think 88 pages is enough. It'll just bring the price up if we add more stuff to it that isn't that important. The print cost. So we could keep the print cost nice and tight by just using this one blank page. And the reason this is a blank page, by the way, is because we want all of our comics to start on an odd numbered page. Like when you have your comic, this one, you open your comic, you want it to start on this page. And this is the back of that page. So as you're flipping a comic, right? Or example for here, like this, I'll show you some of my sketchbook too. This would be page 1, and then this would be page 2, right? And so in order to get all the comics to start on an odd numbered page, we leave this blank one here on the back side of the, what's it called? The there you go, you can see it on the back side of the copyright page. And right over here, you can see this is how we do our copyrights. All stories featured herein are copyright 2023 by their respective creators. So if you take part in the anthology, you maintain your own copyrights. And we don't allow this to be reproduced or given away by any means without the prior permission of the individual creators. So you can share your own work, of course. It's your own work. Like you could take it out, reprint it, sell it, do whatever you want. But when you put stuff in the anthology, we just don't want you to take like our work and sell it. And actually you could sell like individual books. Like if you bought like 2 or 3 copies of it and you wanted to sell them, I mean, it's your object. You could sell it to anybody else you wanted to. So that's why we price it at cost. Let me show you how many stories are in here because it's pretty cool. Let's see, Organize Pages. Shoot. Oh, I know it. I know I did something wrong. Okay, this is 1.1. I'm looking for my, I don't want to convert it or anything like that. I just want the Organize Pages tool. All tools. There it is right there. Organize Pages. So you can see we have, that's our copyright page. This is our first story. It's about 31 pages long. Then there's Darby Cufflink. That's Marsh Lee. Then we have The Bee Strangers, which starts right here on page 43. Then it's Buckshot Wizard, which is Bishop or Bisquiap, I don't know how I pronounce it. Then there's our Tarzan story, or our Jungle Lord story. And there we go. So 88 pages of pure story so are going on here. I'm not sure what Lulu will price it as, but I'm hoping it's right around $6 or $7. Might be a little bit more. That's the perils of print on demand. Is it's more expensive than if you bought like a print run of 1,000, but then you have to pay for all 1,000 copies if you get a print run of 1,000. So by doing it print on demand, it's like a lot less burden for everybody. All right, so there's that. Hang on, I see I got comments. Sideburns. All right, awesome. Hey, and Mad Cat Art is on. Welcome. Mad Cat, let me know if you want to come on sometime. And also, I will send a link to you, Sideburns. Check on Discord. I mean, not Discord, but Gilded. I'll send it right to you. Let me do that right now, actually. Okay, hang on. Direct messages. Where's my invite code? It's in here somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. Oh, stop sharing. Hold on. Invite. There you go. All right. Now, what was I going to do today? I had a couple of ideas. I've got a lot of ideas lately. One of those ideas, I found these things online, and it gave me an idea because I've been doing stuff with the pop-ups lately. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, there they are, right here. So I got this little packet of. They weren't very expensive. This was like a couple of dollars. Might have been $2 or something. What are they? You're wondering. They're paper brads. And so I had this idea of, you know what paper brads are? They're just like little hinges that you can use. And so I thought of making some kind of creating something in my sketchbook that has action. Like I was doing the pop-ups, which have action. And I think that's cool. And I thought I haven't done it yet. This is the only experiment I did, and you can see there's nothing to it. I didn't do anything. I just sort of like penciled a little outline. But I think that would be cool to put in the sketchbook because I have all these little moving things or pop-up things. This one, I don't know if you can tell, it's like a little lizard guy, and I thought that would be kind of fun to have something on a hinge or something like that. This one's kind of impressive. The hinge, the twisting mechanism. This is another cicada. And then lately I've been doing, I tried to do something with gel pen. I have not been able to figure out gel pen yet. Last week, Sideburns wasn't on, so I took the opportunity to do one of the things that kind of requires like a lot of room to spread out for me, which is gouache. So I did some gouache paintings. They're little tiny things. They just went on. I just had this sort of spare watercolor card. This is just the paper that's in the sketchbook. It's a colored pencil. And then this is oil pastel. And I did these last night. I'm just goofing around. I'm trying to figure it out and get good at it. Yeah, man, I love doing stuff in the sketchbook. It's a lot of fun. I did this morning. What I like about these is, I know people have said, this is not really a sketchbook because you're doing like kind of finished art pieces. I swear this takes 5 minutes. Like it's not that finished. My big breakthrough moment was I was watching Lindsay Werich, the frugal crafter. I don't know what her name is really, but she's like, oh, if you have oil-based colored pencils, you can use them with your oil pastels, and it's the same thing. You'll just get a nice sharper line. And I'm like, oh, for gosh sake, I didn't know you could do that. Hey, what's up, Lizello? Lizello, let me know if you want to come on sometime. I'm just showing a little bit of the sketchbook. And we're going to do some, I'm going to run out of, like, when I say run out of room in my sketchbook, it's not room of pages. It's literally like being able to close it shut. All right, let's do a somewhat big one just for the fun of it. Maybe I can put one of my moving characters on it with the arm, I had this idea about doing like a whole like articulated dragon, and not just like one hinge joint. It would be like maybe like with two hinges, you could make some kind of cantilevered wing that would spread out or something, where one part of the wing comes this way and then the other kind of wing folds out this way. And you would do two of them, right? So you basically have four. It's just an idea I had. Let me see. I got to find my tapes. The best thing about oil pastel is the edge. The edge line. So, yeah. Lindsay the frugal. Oh, Lizelle. You see, you know that person too. Of that person, I know of them. says you're enjoying the clouds and wind we got from that hurricane. Did it actually hit? Did it actually take place? I know you're southwest, right? Fudge. Got a little bit of a rip of tape. I do have piles of sketchbooks filled with, scribbled penciled trash. In case anyone's wondering, it's totally true. But I've also, like, once I got into color, like, the whole point was to learn how to use color and to use these different mediums. And so anything you finish in that medium, it looks kind of finished, but it's still, I feel like it still counts as some kind of sketch, really. So I think March just sounds jealous, LOL. Yeah, possibly. All right, so anyways, hang on. Where was I? Oil pastels. I also have, and these are pretty cool, and I want to use them more. They're just like oil pastels. There are these are gelatos, and these are King Art's art crayons. They're gel crayons, and I actually have. I got them in two bunches, and so it's 48 of these, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 12 more of the gelatos. The hurricane is supposed to hit LA tomorrow. We're here in Phoenix. We're just on the edge of cloud cover, so I'm just happy it's only 94 degrees. It's pure heaven. Yeah, and if anybody deserves it, it's LA. My sister's in LA right now, actually. All right, so what I'm going to try and do is let me share my screen again. I'm going to go to unsplash.com, which is, I've gotten a lot of use out of this. I am a big fan of using Pinterest. Let me hide that real quick. I'm going to present my screen. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. This one right here. Okay. So usually I can find something interesting just by cruising around. I'm going to look on the nature section. And for oil pastels, like, I have a hard time doing anything detailed. So I'm just looking for stuff where there's a lot of color. And the color seems to kind of cohesive. Like this right here is kind of interesting. Let's open image in new tab and then go to the new tab. Okay, so it's interesting. We don't, like, when you get a cool image like this, not a lot of detail, but you get a lot of, like, color and light. So, you got this big sun thing here. You've got this interesting gradient. And you can kind of tell what's going on. Now, my canvas, let's see if I can switch this. Is there a way to switch it? Hang on. My canvas is not as big, like, long as this one here, but it is. I can still do kind of the same thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use white to put in where I think that sun is, and then we're going to use this yellow. The way I use oil pastels is I don't. It's not like crayons where you do them like this. Usually, you actually have to use kind of the side because you're only getting the. Kind of the big color aspects of it all. All right, and then it goes to, like, this dark that shades really blue. So let's use this blue. And then let's get it really dark at the outs, and then we even go all the way to black. There's my black. All right. And then there's, what's going to make this difficult is that river at the bottom. So maybe that's like, maybe we shouldn't use black. Maybe we can mix black with like a purple or something. How about this purple? I think once I get better at seeing this stuff, I'll be better at kind of understanding how they're made. There has to be. Oh, and the water is itself kind of dark. Okay, so here's the secret right here is this stuff. This is Gamsol, and I've got stuff on my fingers already. So Gamsol, or odorless mineral spirits, you can use this with a colored pencil as well. And all I usually do is I take like a little, this is paper towel, and I just dip it in just a little bit. And it instantly melts it. Like it just... Now I've kind of done the stupid thing is I did my darks before I did my lights, so I'm going to have to use a different piece of paper for my light colors because it'll just, you know, it'll mess it up. It'll smudge right in. So, or I could just dip this one in on the other side. We could do that. So, boom. All right. So let's try the white first. Now, I did this kind of foolish circular motion over here, but I think it should be okay. If I rub it out a little bit more. And it's not looking a whole lot like the other image, but we could at least say it was inspired by, right? We could probably say, yeah, it was inspired by that image. And that's the fun of it. It's kind of funny when I follow some of the soft pastels ones, which is the kind of the chalky pastels channels, and they're like, don't use your finger to do that. But then you go to the oil pastels ones, and they're like, definitely use your finger to do that. Just jump right in with your finger. It doesn't matter. The soft pastels ones are like, you don't want to get your finger oils all over this. Don't be gross. All right. Well, anyways, so you've got this now, right? So okay, then what? Well, colored pencil actually kind of works. So you can kind of, now there's not a lot of detail here, but we could, we might be able to do like a little bit of a white outline. I think there is some white on the water. Maybe there'd be white over here on this side. And in a second, you're about to see why I call these sketches, because there's not much else to do. Like at this point, we've kind of done it all. I'm looking at the original image. I could probably smudge out a little bit of the white, because the colored pencil is the same stuff as the oil pastel. It's just harder. It's a different like formulation or something. Maybe, yeah. And we could probably throw in some of the white. Another kind of cool thing is if without blending it in, if you want to get some hard edges, you can kind of, especially if you're using watercolor paper, just use the side of one and don't blend it, and it'll add some texture over the top of things, especially if you're doing white. Now, I want to do like some white in the water, but I think I went too hard on that one, so we might blend some of this out. And then another thing I have, so the gelatos, people either love or hate these. They're kind of weird. They're basically in these lipstick case things. The colors are insane. They're not normal sets of colors. Like this is not like I'll just use a primary red and a primary blue. Like you can do that with the King Arts, but not with these. And this one, for example, is it isn't a color. This is just like a glitter. So or like a shimmer. And so you can kind of throw it in there and blend it over the top, and you'll get kind of a little bit of a like a satin. Look, and then hang on, I'm gonna clean my fingers. This is the most fun part. Here's what makes this fun. Is taking the tape off, and you get these sharp outlines. Like they're totally sharp outlines. I think I just do these painting like things, these little sketchy paintings for the outlines more than anything else. Oh no, I ripped a little bit of it off. A little bit of the paper came off. Sometimes that happens. Boom. And you get it looks like a postcard kind of almost sort of. It's perfect. No, it's a little weird, but I don't know. I like it. So then you could sign it, or let's see, I got a pen right here. Now the other problem with oil pastels in general is they pretty much never really dry. It's like an oil painting. It's going to stay this. So if you got your fingers on it, it would probably have a problem. But I have this is kind of cool. This stuff is called Cassane, which is it's been used since like ancient times, since like the I don't know what year. I looked it up on Wikipedia one time, but it's basically it's a kind of glue and alcohol mix. And so it's not aerosol. You can do it indoors. You just kind of shake it up, and I'm going to give it a spray. I'm going to spray it at like arm's length. And it covers it. And then you can take that and you can kind of stick it in your sketchbook. So I usually just get a glue stick out at that point, and then glue stick it into my sketchbook at some point. Where's my glue stick? There's one. All right. So it's a little bit wet still. Hopefully it doesn't smudge too much. No, it didn't smudge on my hand at all. There you go. Absolutely, Mad Cat. No problem. Absolutely. He's probably thinking, oh, it's gonna be comics. No, he's just doing some art stuff. Yep. But I'm so glad you dropped by though. Anyways, come on back. I am definitely gonna I'm gonna let this dry. I don't know if you can see the water, the liquid on it. It's still a little bit wet. Let's figure out what to do. Where is it? I want to use these brads somehow. Yeah, step one. Step one is just make art. I don't know if we could call that a masterpiece. If you had some oil pastels, you would see how quick they go. It's like glue stick is step two. You are correct about that. All right, so what if we had, and we know we can't get it very big because I want it to fit inside this sketchbook. So, okay, so this is actually a page I tore out of the sketchbook. So as long as we keep it inside this page, what if we had like a dragon? Like that, but then like the wings. This will be the first point of articulation. Kind of come up here. And then the wings we're going to do on a separate sheet, and then they'll like but there'll be another. But it has to be like a second brad, like over here on this end, to fully extend the wings out or something. I just have to figure out how to do it. And I want to do it on something a little heavier than this paper. I have this, I have some cardstock behind me. Is this, nope, that's watercolor paper. This is cardstock. Yes, glue stick is the best. I actually have like, so that's my Staples glue stick. Like this is the El Cheapo. So I only got this like really recently. I figured out that you know, when you're sticking paper to paper, glue stick is actually like the best way to do it. Yeah, second Brad. Did you see it? You might have missed it. Okay, let me show you. See if I can find it. I think I put it aside and now I've lost it, or have I? So I had the idea. Zello. I got these are brads, and I had the idea of adding more movement to my sketchbook. And so I was going to do like a dragon, but it'll have bradded wings, but one brad will be up here and then another brad will be here. So it'll be like the wings will extend out and then there'll be like a second extender kind of thing. There we go. Hold on. Whoops. You're in.
Hey.
I was going to put it's tradition right now. I got to give you the.
Oh, it's low battery.
Whoa. It's also tradition that I screw up the looping on it too, that's my problem. Anyway.
That's all right.
Yeah, something happened with my screen. All right. Not sure what. So how do I make this? I wonder if I could do it like using those gel crayons, just because I don't get to use them enough. I actually have new music on at this point. Hold on. Let me fix the music. There we go.
Maybe
that's a little bit too much.
Loud. It's a bit loud. Just turn it down.
Yeah, that's way too loud. Okay. Anyway, the design problem I'm having right now, it looks like I've got new neighbors that are moving in across the street. I can just see them out of the corner of my eye. We were speculating what was going on across the street there, and it looks like they're like carrying in boxes and suitcases and stuff, so I'm guessing that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're squatters. That's happening a lot lately. I don't know if Lozella's there. Lozella, do you get squatters in where you live? to show up in the neighborhood.
Oh no.
They just like if they see like a house with a for sale sign, sometimes they'll just invite themselves in. And the thing is, there actually is a way that you could legally, take over a property, just by moving in and refusing to leave. But you have to be there for a ridiculous amount of time. It's like 20 years, and you also have to pay taxes and do all this other stuff that happens. Oh, it happens all the time. Oh no. Phoenix is a town that I would not want to unfortunately visit. I actually liked Phoenix. I have a friend there too. Ken St. Andre lives out there. And I follow him on Facebook now. Not Facebook, on Instagram, and he's always walking around. But okay, let's see. It says, "Oh, your part is way nicer than the part where you work. Where you live is better than where you work." Yeah, like so. I was at a conference there at the Buttes Resort one time, and that was really cool. That was around 2009, I believe, a long time ago. They had an incredible swimming pool. I'm looking for a way to ink this. I know I've got something. All right, rather than use my oil pastels, I'm going to go for the gel crayons this time. Also have these. These are called. It's the same stuff as the gel crayons, but they're called Bible highlighters.
Bible highlighters.
Yeah, I don't know who would ever use these, but so what they are, it says gel highlighter, and it's not like an ink thing. It's like a crayon in there, and it's also, among other things, water soluble. And I'm going to use coral red and cinnabar. Where's my coral red? That's 17. I think it's 3. 17. So let's do this guy in coral red. And 18 is ivory. I want to do ivory for the highlighter. There it is. All right, so yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, it goes on like some kind of, to me, it looks like makeup, like that you would use. I don't know if you would use it, but somebody would use. And the same deal, except this stuff is water soluble. Like you wouldn't even need the mineral spirits. You could this has nothing on it. I'm just a piece of plain paper towel. It's kind of rubbing my pencil off too, which is unfortunate. So I'm probably gonna have to ink over it. But the colors are so cool. The colors are this is my little color chart that I made.
Mm.
It's like they're not even pastels. Like some of them are really bright, but they have all like these kind of subdued earth tones. The whole set. And I guess the idea is you would highlight things in the holy book. But wouldn't it, I would worry, like, it does dry. This stuff is unlike oil pastel in that it does dry. And then it won't smudge anymore.
Hey, Sabrina.
Oh, you know the dog's name? Yes. That is the dog.
Yeah, you told me last week, I think. Or was it the week before?
It was a week. It was a week before.
Yeah.
You were unavailable this past one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right.
All right.
You're always cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, okay. So as I was saying, they do highlight Bibles in multiple colors. I think they use regular highlighters though. Yeah, normal people I'm sure would like do that. Let's see. I want to do 7 for the.
And he's not been
That's
fetched.
8. I can do 8. Like I guess certain passages might have more significance, or they would have different reasons for being significant. So you would have to highlight it in a different color or something. I don't know. All right. I do have a paintbrush somewhere.
I'm highlighting right now. I'm just gonna be back in 5 minutes. So.
No problem. So I dipped this into some water, and you can see it is water soluble, and it just kind of like paints to pieces here. But I think that I'll get the most out of this once I use my. I have a felt tip pen, and I'm somehow able to. My felt tip pen. There it is. All right. I'm somehow able to bring back my contour lines. That's the problem with all of these different soft mediums. Yeah, regular highlighters, I can imagine. Same coloring as a Charizard. This is like a red dragon from Dungeons and Dragons. Of course. Or a Charizard. It could also be a Charizard. This guy's going to get cut out of the... I'm going to... Oh, I got this really cool thing. I guess I should probably credit Sideburns. So this is a pen knife. It actually is a knife. There's a little razor blade. So you can kind of cut things out with precision. So we're going to try and cut him out. And then so we can precision cut his little wings and stuff, you know. Oh, and I should do highlight like white pen, maybe like white gel pen or something. Oh, it's got problems though. Say nice blending. Are you making fun of me because it isn't very nice blending? Nice blending. Thank you very much, though. Thank you for saying that. Got to learn how to take a compliment, Peter. Jeez. So, maybe what I could do, you know, it might kind of make it cool. just I'll like do the horns as cut out and paste them on, because that way you wouldn't have any continuity between the colored part and the like the painted on part. You might, by actually, like, for example, let's say this was our horn. Well, that one didn't go as planned. Maybe this isn't as sharp as I thought it was, or maybe I should just work harder at cutting them out. Like that could be a horn or something like that, and I could color it separately or something like that. Oh, you actually do think it's nice. Well, thank you very much. I'm used to sarcasm around here. Nice blending, idiot. Hold on. That's just what I'm used to. Not from you. You would never say that. Oops. So once I've got stuff on the pen, then it becomes really hard to, you kind of got to scribble it off. I have another option. If the felt tip doesn't work, I have another option. Not this. I have a fountain pen that might work instead. Or another option is I could cassane it again and then let that dry and then go over the top of that. Or a Sharpie, something like a Sharpie might even work. Or, it would work really well. Paint marker, like an acrylic paint marker. Like this, maybe. Now I'm truly a mixed media artist. Okay, yeah. So let's give him black claws just because we're lazy. I'm saying I'm lazy. Not you. I don't want to cast aspersions. But so I'm happy you're going to be in the new 9-volt. I don't know if you saw, I was showing off the one we're currently working on. The book,
Sorry,
all the interiors are done.
Forever.
But it will be really cool to have you in the new one. You definitely need some kind of horns or something. It's taking on like a graffiti look. So you have your story planned out. I'm not sure how many pages yet. Awesome. Well, so here's what I recommend is to go short at first. See if you can bring it to like a close at about 4 pages. And then once you've kind of done a couple of 4-page chapters or something. Oh, there's my stuff. The Amazon man is coming. then you sort of build out. Like there's actually it's like you're building your creative focus muscles. Like when I started out, I did one pagers, and they're not very good, by the way. Just but I was really proud of them. Let me show you what I did. So when I started out, these are the first comics I did. Could it be over here? They were the mini comics, like the zines. By the way, did you finish your zine? Where is it? I can't find my old Rabbit Fighter things. I know they're in one of these stacks. They're just kind of stuck in something. Maybe it's this one. Nope. Anyways, so I started out with the zine format, so it's literally like 8 pages, but I did like a sort of wraparound cover for each one. And once we had that down, then it was sort of like, okay, let's build out to doing what are called ash cans. And an ash can is, it's like you have a full piece of paper, but you fold it in half lengthwise, not lengthwise, across the short end. Let's see if I have a piece of paper that I can show you. Okay, so let's say it was this. Let me pop my thing up here. Tomorrow, open to the zine. Awesome. So it's like you would take your piece of paper and fold it over this way for the ash can, and then your ash can would just have, you would put a bunch together and you could do it that way. I think I might even have one sitting in here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe not. I do have my zines. They're all printed out and everything. So the Great Race of Yesterdays. I've got all 8 of them. I actually pasted my with my glue stick, and I hand lettered it. That's the thing I'm most proud of, is I hand lettered it, and it's actually the lettering is done in Procreate, but then I just like took the opacity back down, and then I lettered over it, using it as a guide, and not even tracing it. I mean, there are certain times that I changed words. I just used the sizing and the spacing as sort of a guide. And I felt like, it's almost like I'm hand lettering. But it gave me a lot of confidence. Now, actually, like real hand letterers would use stencils, so it's kind of similar. Some of them would. The Ames lettering guide and so on. Okay, I got to figure out where to put his wings, because those are going to be the cutout. I could even do this as a pop-up where like you open it up and it pops up and then the wings come out, but I'm not going to do that. That seems like too much work. That's overkill. Okay. As long as we have this guy here, I kind of want to do something sparkly. Here we go. I've got this orange and I've got a red. Let's use some of the red. The red gelato. Oh, it's like pink almost.
Are you kind of making a pop-up design?
It's kind of it's pop-up-ish, but it won't really pop up. It's just gonna have articulated wings. That's it.
Nice.
So they'll fold out of the book, but they're just on hinges, so they won't be like any actual paper craft going on here.
Okay.
It was a very random idea I had to see if it. So I haven't actually accomplished any of this yet. I've only done the little model, which anybody could do. The little paper doll. All right. So I got one of those pen knife things, by the way.
Pen knife. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I found one. I got two of them because they were cheap.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how good it is because I tried it before and it was like didn't do a great job cutting. But I don't know if I worked really hard at it.
You kind
So
of you know the direction where your knife is going.
yeah, it's actually got a little blade on it. And it's kind of funny because when I got it, I forgot that's what I had gotten. I'm like, what kind of pen is this? And I'm like poking myself in the finger. But it didn't even break the skin. I'm like, oh, now I remember. Now I remember. Like, is this some kind of magic marker that I bought? Is it a mechanical pencil?
Yeah, that would be a bad way to find out. I'll poke myself.
When I was in the army, we have.
Imagine you need something to write on a reminder on your hand, and you like find out with that.
Yeah, that would be the worst way to find out. When I was in the army, they used to have if you were like nerve gassed or something, they had these things called atropine injectors, and you're supposed to inject it into your thigh. And you wouldn't practice with a real one. You'd have a fake one that you you touch it and there would be a click, but nothing would come out. It's just like a little a blunt little prong would tap you, and you go, okay, I successfully practiced with the atropine injector. And I had a whole bag of them on my desk one time, and we were just kind of playing around with them.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was talking to somebody, and you would poke yourself with them or whatever, and then I was playing with one on the desk, and suddenly that thing shot out, and I guess actual atropine shot across my desk. If I had poked myself with that, I would have been in real trouble.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that would be a near miss. All right, I don't know if that's gonna work. It's kind of gonna work. It kind of worked, but I didn't do a great job with the edges. So let's re-black out the edges here.
Lizelle Low, I guess.
Okay.
I'd say about 12. Well, maybe 4 pages is a minimum, but I've gone like 12 normally for the first ones I did. Really depends, I guess, on your experience level. If you know what you want.
She's starting out. She's got some pages. She's got like 6 pages done for the thing she's doing right now.
Yeah.
But it's like so. So maybe you won't have this problem. I think it's like it's almost like having the creative musculature in your hand. Like some people say, oh, I burned out. I worked myself too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And even Bishop said that he did the current one that he's doing is 16 pages, I think, that he just finished, and he's like, I know you warned me and you told me like try to go a little easier on yourself. And he was kind of late on it too, but he's big deal. Everybody was late. There's a lot of other stuff going on too. But dang it. Okay, there we go. But just recently he said, next time I'm going to try for a shorter length. So in my opinion, Lizello, 8. I would, yeah. Oh, you got 6 out of 10. Like 8 is a good number. 10 is a good number. I think 10 is fine. 4 is fine if you want to do 4. If you can do 4, some people find it hard to curtail their story down to a 4-page thing. Which is understandable, but it's still a good way to go. there's everyone has different opinions on a different philosophy of making comics, and my personal philosophy is that um, what matters is the story more than the art. So don't stress about the art, but the story must be told through the art. So you have to at least have expressivity and emotion and all that stuff in the art. Doesn't matter how good your art is. It just has to be visually interesting. Did you ever read Order of the Stick? I don't know if I know Cyber probably did not read Order of the
Nope.
Stick, but like
Heard
it was
about
big.
it, though.
Yeah, it's big with D&D players. It was the number one crowdfunded comic for like over 10 years until Cyberfrog dethroned it. For over 10 years, and not by a little bit, by over $1 million, something like that. And it's stick figures. Had millions of readers, daily readers. And it was it was a one-page comic done with stick figures, and it was really well written though. It was real, and it was funny. And there were parts of it that are kind of sad, It had like a lot of story to it. I don't know if it's still going. You can still read it. I think it's still like on. I think it's Giant in the Playground is the website that it was on, and it's still out there. So I'm looking at this, and I'm gonna just what's known as fussy cutting it. I'm gonna fussy cut it. So I can at least just do this with scissors. Fussy cut.
My mom had like a conference at like a webinar at 1 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And I slept all the way through that. I thought I'd hear bumpers in the night, but no, no such thing could. And I have one on for 5 a.m. tomorrow because I'm sort of trying to prep for this with the picture I'm drawing. I'm trying to get that done and have something ready for it for then. Still gets me plenty of time, thankfully.
What's your conference about, or can you say?
No, it's just an event thing where it's a Discord. It's in another Discord, and I'm doing I'm redrawing someone else's art from years
very
ago.
Cool.
And giving my own spin on it, I guess.
So that angle that's like an overhead angle, that's the one I want to do for the banner. And I've been struggling to do it. So you haven't seen anything from it because anything I tried has not looked very good so far. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to try and copy at least some of the perspective that was on there. That's a cool perspective. And because like they're sitting at like a table, right? Or like a cafe table almost.
Yeah.
So this was my idea, was to have a similar scene, but they're making comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like the characters would be, there'd be some coffee or something.
Are you talking about the gilded banner image or just?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So I might copy at least the perspective layout for something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if I can get my act together. I just got I've been doing pretty well on commissions. I got
nice.
I got 2 commissions last week or the week before. The week before last week. And one from reached back just today and said, "Hey, could you do another version of this and also make it darker? Like an alternate dark version?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can." So, and even came up with a price, so pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
I won't go into the details of it, but it's for somebody's Kickstarter. It's one of those add-on things.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. All right, we're getting there somewhere.
Hope you're working professionally with them. That's good.
Yes. So this guy has been pretty on the spot with like, because like well, I guess it was 2 weeks ago when I got the email and said,
Mhm.
hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Somebody gave me your name, and I said, yeah, absolutely, I can do that. And so I sent him a thing, and he's like, can you make these changes, these changes, these changes? And I did, and he sent me money right away.
Sweet.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, it's the kind of thing I like to do. It's kind of a role playing game thing. So, which I really enjoy, anyways. I really like all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get in more into that.
Show recommended me this YouTube group that does roleplay stuff. Well, tabletop things, and they want assets,
Mhm.
sometimes, and they look for artists, and they'll pay people to do that.
I think it's a cool idea. And I did do a page of assets as well.
Mhm.
Jake,
Jake,
why aren't you drawing?
hey, Tavusta, probably working. I guess that's really
There he
cool.
goes.
He's working his job.
His jorb.
His
Well, he's like an
job.
adult. Lazella says, I have no shortage of short stories written, so that isn't the problem. Glad to see you on, though, Jake.
Hey, Jakearoo. Has he had trouble with the connection netting to, I guess, Gilded? I don't know. I know he likes
I was
to
having trouble last week with it. There was some kind of legitimate connection problem last week. It was causing upload problems and causing all kinds of other problems. But I think it's over because I was able to upload an entire draft of the 9-volt
nice.
just to a message. And I've never been able to do that even on Discord because it's usually like 150 megs. It's not huge, but it's too big for Discord usually.
Too big for this.
Too big for Discord. That's going to be my biography.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't want to. Fair enough, I guess.
Not on Gilded. Don't want to be. That's fine. Speedy recovery, he also said.
Huh? Oh, thank
Same thing.
you. Thank you. Kiss, kiss. All right. Let's see. Kiss and
All
hug.
right. I'm going to do one wing and then I'm going to flip it and do the other wing so it's like a mirror image. But so let's do. This will be the first part of the wing. The second part of the wing. Like that, maybe. Maybe something like that. All right. One thing I could do with the wings. I'm looking for. I have some patterned paper. I wonder what color would look good on them. Like that. Maybe this, actually.
Keep pushing.
No, it won't work because it's like in a little pad, and this is too thin. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. This might make like a good background. Like if I did this and then I put the guy like on this background, that might be cool. All right. insert tab A into slot B. So that's part of the wing. And then this is the other part of the wing. And what I'll do is I'll just flip it and trace it onto another piece of paper. Wait a second. Hang on 1 second here. Brand X. Loop. There we go. But anyhow, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's kind of unexpected. I ended up overdrawing this week too, which was at the bank account of life. Okay, so here's the idea. I don't know if that looks good. What if it's like... Where'd it go? This looks okay. And then it'll be kind of bratted together on both sides. Jake, why aren't you drawing? Because Jake... he mentioned that he's doing like adult comics now, I believe. For grown-ups. Gosh darn it. That's still pretty cool. Okay. Here's piece number 3. Just looks like a banana. Okay. So I got to clean up my little area. But so far, it's going to look like this. Oh, this might have a problem already, because the way I set it up, I could do it like this maybe. Let me clean up my little messy area here. Whoop. My workspace always looks like pure chaos. Pure anarchy. There we go. Pure stupidity.
No.
There we go.
What do you mean by test, man? What do you mean by test? Oh boy. I think I'm lazing around.
I do a variety of comics, Peter. Don't think I'm a one lane type of lame dude. I don't think that. I don't think that at all, Jake. I love your comics. I'm trying to get you to hang out with us again. Actually, it's a ploy. So I apologize.
Probably.
Jake I wonder if Jake even understands like how much we like him. Currently in the burnout, though. That's all right. It's temporary. It's temporary. All right. How about if I do this? Okay. This is the flip. Once I get more astute with design. I got this idea. I was watching, there's this guy that makes puppets. He started out as an animator. And he makes these super realistic puppets Well, they're not realistic. They're cartoon characters, but they move really realistically because of his animation background, and he designs them so they're based on his fingers. He basically is trying to figure out how to get more content made rather than having to animate it all by hand, which takes a long time. Whoa, bless you. Got to get your iron deficiency fixed first. Yes, been on a burnout for years, man. If you're serious, I'm hoping you do get it fixed. That's one of those things. I know. I've gone through periods where I was just exhausted. Um, Definitely, especially when I get home from work. I feel like sometimes I just take a nap right when I get home from work. You ever do that? You're a working man. All right. That's how it should look right there. Okay. What if I did these in black, right? The wings.
All right.
I'm going to have to do these in black. Hang on. I can already see this is not going to be perfect.
What?
Is it going to stick on there? Let's say if I stick it like there. And I'm going to have to do like horns too that come up. Sleep is the only escape from chronic lethargy. Check and do you have a gas heater where you live? I had this girlfriend in college. She lived in an apartment with a gas heater, and it had a leak, and it was making her sleep all the time.
Oh, wow. Because it was toasty?
She didn't realize that it was leaking.
Oh, boy.
You know, and like I was over there one time. I was like, "Hey, do you smell gas?" She goes, "Yeah, it smells like that all the time." I was like, "There might be a leak," and then that's when she found out. I'm gonna do brown wings. Let's do brown instead of black. Okay, how do I do this? I'm just throw them on there. I'm gonna get some scrap paper to do this. I'm gonna need some scrap paper. This'll do. Okay. There's one wing.
One-winged angel.
Just like a one-winged dove. One-winged dragon. And then this is the winged appendage. Maybe I could sell these on Etsy. It'd be like, get your winged greeting card.
No, winged.
Silly like that. Yes, it's a dragon greeting card. I don't know what the occasion would be for, but maybe that's not the smartest thing. Yes, dun 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 dun. There's no heater here. It's not the American style, at least. If this puppeteer, this is a good joke. Hold on. If this puppeteer was still using finger puppets, wouldn't that mean he's still animating by hand? I'm gonna have to credit that. That's that. Well done. Yes. Oh, you know what I should do? I got where is it?
Reminds me of Thumb Wars, that like series, that movie.
I gotta find this thing because it's really cool, and the way that this guy's puppets, the way they move is really interesting, and they look like animation, but it's really just his hand. Okay, so this paint right here is, it's like glittery watercolor, and I could do some gold highlights on this whole critter, like scales or something. But let's do the brads, and we'll kind of set them up. The brads, hon. And
These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
I'm gonna do one. I'll use my little knife. One right here. And one right here. And I'm just gonna hope that I got it correct. There's that one. Oh shoot, come back here. I'm gonna put these off to the side so I don't like cut through them by putting it under something. Okay. And I should really assemble the whole wing before I add it on, because that way I won't have to fight the design that much. There we go. American outsider artist. He's a genius. All right, we're taking
Feeling pink today, huh?
Zella's jokes down. Oh, as far as the theme on there, I was goofing around with it.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, here we go. Is this? These look uneven. Okay, well, let's just assume that they're good. There's Brad number 1. And here's Brad number 2. Brad and Janet. Okay. And now I just have to make oh shucks.
Mm-hmm.
Right here in this corner. So now I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if the wing should probably go on top rather than on the bottom of it. So let's put it through the top. Now if I've done this wrong, it'll rip. If I've done it right, it should be fine.
I have no idea. There's Jake.
Why did the sock puppets cross the road? You have to tell us. Why did this? I don't know. Why did the sock puppets cross the road? What do you expect when the puppet master is run over and is ran over and spilling everywhere?
Oh no!
Cruel fate for our puppet master.
Okay, this was not too bad. Okay.
All right. Okay, there's our beginnings of our dragon here. I just need 2 more breads. Not 4 more, but 2 more.
Not 2 more.
Might have to do more of these breaded things. They're actually quite fun. Maybe not today, but I need to put some horns on this guy though too. I think I'm just gonna cut some out and stick them on. Okay, so here's my idea. That's for a sketchbook page. Is he's got kind of moving wings. This is too long here, and it's crossing over into so. If I did this again, I think I would do the head separately, so the head could be slightly popped out. But that was like a runaway chicken joke for the puppet master. All right. Let me get some water for these are watercolor paints. I'll be right back.
Water.
Jersheen.
Hey, people.
Right over the name.
What was it? What was it?
I don't know. I didn't open it. I pulled up the sticker.
I think it's a gas cap. So my gas cap does not have a little tether. So when I get gas, I actually have to take the whole cap off and put it on top of the car. So I bought a gas cap. There it is with a little tether. And these are Montmartre neon oil pastels. Can you imagine the fun of neon? Oof. So, my Amazon order came in and I got neon oil pastels.
Nice.
I'm trying to imagine what I'm going to be able to do with neon. That might be a lot of fun.
Did you watch that new video, by the way?
Which one?
My video.
Your new video? No, I haven't.
That's fair enough.
I will definitely check it out though.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I've actually just been doing all kinds of stuff with the anthology thing, and getting a lot done.
Nice.
I don't know what we would call this color. Oh, it does. It is like a metallic bronze color. So if I do some scales on it. I don't know if you can even see it. All right, let's use a little bit lighter of a color here.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Like a controller. Basically, it's like Can I get on camera? This thing.
Oh, that thing. No, I did actually. I said I didn't see it, but I actually did watch you from from the watch page where you hover over it.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching you scroll around with that on.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Now, I'm not a Clip Studio Pro guy, although I have it.
Yeah, I kind of just don't touch it for a while. There are periods where I don't like. And then I slowly get into the groove. Yeah.
Well, my issue is that I can't figure it out. It's like I was trying to do something like what I thought was going to be really simple, which was just set up a page and put panels on it, and I just ended up like having to do so much like YouTube scrolling, kind of watch somebody else do it. Like all the menus are, a couple of levels deep. You got to go find the right place where it's under there, and then figure it out.
Are you doing it on your iPad?
Yeah.
It has like I think it has a simple mode now, which is what I'm using. But you have to switch back between them sometimes, which is the pain. But
I would check it out.
If you want more options.
I would definitely check it out again because it was recommended to me. That was the first one. Like nobody was using Procreate for comics that I knew when I started using Procreate. It was just, but that was the only thing I could figure out. And I consider myself somewhat tech savvy, so I don't understand why. It's like, okay.
You have any tips, Jake?
This.
He might know a thing or two about it. You could ask him.
Is it about that joystick thing? Yes. Yeah, Jake might know about it.
She's talking to me. She's talking to me about that, but yeah.
Jake might. I know he uses Clip Studio Pro as well.
There's a lot of good in it. I just like it. It inches out for me compared to Procreate because it has more options.
Yeah, Procreate is very basic. That was one of the last things Monkey Wrench did before he left. Is we had that forum and it was called Procreate Tips. And do you remember what his tip was? His top tip?
What?
It was use Clip Studio Pro instead. I mean, that was his sense of humor, totally. But I had to laugh. It was kind of funny.
You can do time lapses like automatically on Procreate.
Yes, I knew all about that.
I think
I feel like I know Procreate like intimately. Like I know all the hidden features and stuff because I'm on that one Instagram channel where they show you all the hidden features and stuff. Or basically you get to see, people demoing things.
That's right, Jake. Although, you still have to pay for it, though. It's true.
He figured out a way.
Yeah, he didn't want to do.
Monkey Wrench left. He did. Sorry, I'm not sure why. Actually, to tell you the whole truth, there was a plan. Like he wanted to get serious and to do the whole 9-volt as a serious thing, and he set up a website. He did all this hard work. I offered to give him money for it, even, and it was a lot of it was going to be dependent on, and we're going to have a promotional plan, and the person he wanted to do it was not really interested in going that far with it, though.
I think he wasn't getting readers on the mini comic bundles, probably.
Might have been something to do with it. It's not his fault. He's great.
He's absolutely right.
But it's hard to, like, if you don't have the ability to not care, it can be really frustrating. I have the ability to not care. I mean, I'm fully employed in a square job for civilians, so I'm cool with it. Civvies, that's what I am, a regular Joe.
That's what they're called, like the clothing, just to wear compared to the uniform, right? Or
yes, I'm wearing my civvies.
Mm-hmm.
It could also refer to underwear, but it referred to. So if you were this is a World War II thing. It actually came from World War II. You weren't allowed to be out of uniform, except on special occasions and wear your civvies, your civilian clothes.
Mhm.
So, that's why people would say, "I'm in my civvies. I'm in my underwear."
Going commando.
Going commando. That's no underwear actually.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So now I've got my articulated dragon, and he has little moving wings.
I still need to see that movie, Commando.
Let's paste him into the book. Where's the book?
I know, like Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger is like where he's all, it's like all out violence, all out like with SMGs or stuff.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
Still haven't seen it yet though. That's funny.
So Lizelle says, I feel disconnected with a lot of traditional art programs. Procreate I tolerate because it feels more like traditional art. Me too. I feel the exact same way. To me, it feels like I just make a canvas. I'm just doing things, but I am cheating. I use the rulers. I use the ability to stretch and warp and things like that. I got so adept with it. Jake says, I got version 1, not on version 2, and if my hand is tied down, I'll only invest in that base thing without the monthly sub. Very prudent. The monthly sub is killing me on Adobe Pro, but I really need it, so I'm paying it. Oh, you think the wings came out great? Cool, awesome. I'm glad you likes them. I gotta find my little sketchbook so I can paste them in there.
Did you know Procreate? You know Procreate was made by a group, like couple Tasmanians. Like
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Tasmanian Divils.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Bit of.
It really is my most used program of all time. Probably I use it literally every day.
That's cool. It's easy to make thumbnails with, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All
right, I gotta find that stupid book. Hang on, let me.
I tried to make the most attractive one I could for that video, but yeah, I might change it later on.
Be right back.
Hey, people. How it's gonna look.
How could it be gone? It was here a second ago. All right, let me show this to my girlfriend real quick. Here, you want to see something?
Oh, that's cool.
It's gonna go in the book once I find the book.
You could do that with his arms too.
I think I might do more complex ones later on, like once I've figured it out. I'm not really good at the cutting and designing stage yet. All right, let me put my Oakley Dokley.
Oh,
it's probably on your desk somewhere. Yes, I have such a messy situation here. Definitely probably is.
all right.
It's not there. All right, let's just put all this stuff away anyways, and that's scrap paper. And I scrap. That's where I have to like have like a trash bag right at the desk these days because I seem to make so much scrap paper happen. Anytime you're cutting stuff up. This came from this random idea, by the way, Jake, is I found these little brads and I made this like little guy. Like there's nothing to it. Like it's just a little cutout. And I thought, I could if I actually tried to make something, it might be really cool. Sorry, you could, I mean, I guess it's like a little paper doll kind of, which is a simple concept. But adding an element of movement into your scrapbook is just kind of fun. I'm gonna look on the other side of the desk. What did I do? I'm gonna sit
Don't
down
know
and
emojis.
put it on my face somewhere. Oh, here it is. Oh, it fell behind the chair. All right. So, Jake, I did this one at the beginning of the stream. All right, here we go. Glue stick. Oh, it fits perfect. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Wasn't that the one that was half
Much sick.
Spanish? I've heard there were passages in Spanish.
Blood Meridian. There are passages in Spanish. Yeah, I've been reading it too.
Mhm.
It's really written in this kind of like, I want to use the word autistic. It's a little bit autistic. What do you agree, Jake, or disagree? Like the character has no emotional component, or seemingly no emotional component. I've only read the first 3 chapters, to the point where he gets recruited into the military unit, and they go out on the town, and one of the guys that helped recruit him is dead by the morning. Like that's he doesn't make it out, and then they're traveling.
It was like he was grabbing an orange. Blood Meridian.
Blood Meridian, yeah. I believe it's based on a true story too.
I
But I mean, the
wanted
road was
lemon
written
lime.
by that too. What's that? Sorry.
No, it's fine. Sure.
Jake said the first painting looked like it was something that'd be in a Norwegian home. Yeah, these are oil pastels that I did. In fact, I did all of these today. They're real simplistic. That was last night. That was today, though. All right.
I don't know if I'm doing this style because I'm mimicking the people around me, I guess, in that group.
That's
But I
really
think I'm
cool. That's a great shot, though. Did you come up with that shot yourself, like the angles and all that?
I was working from the picture I was given. They
I haven't
were
gotten to that part
close
yet,
up.
Jake. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
They were close up, and the 2 pictures were framing them. I'm just pulling that back, more of an overhead shot. I think it's looking pretty good so far, and I think I made it so that there's more detail in the background, like where they are. I was kind of curious.
I'm loving it. Leave that screenshot up that of the you had like a, I don't know if it was a screenshot you had up in ArtShare.
Shot.
I'm definitely going to try and crib your perspective grid, if nothing else. Not the actual.
Sorry.
Ooh, that's all right.
I've been sick all week. It sucks.
I was reading something today that said, "Oh, they're going to do the lockdowns again. They're going to do I hope not. Although for me, it won't be so bad. I enjoyed the lockdowns. I didn't like it for like on behalf of society, but I did okay. I was home drawing comics every day. Captain White's head ended up in a jar in a nearby town. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Okay, I'm not one of those people who cares about spoilers. I like stuff like that, but I'm definitely gonna I got to keep reading it.
Why would you just do that, Jake? I don't know. How the freaking blue. I watched Under the Skin because like a few days ago, because some guy kept spoiling it a little bit. Like kept talking too much about it, and I'm gonna watch that sometime, just to get it over with, because I've been interested.
It's called Under the Skin.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a horror movie about like well, it's about, I guess this is about these aliens in a sense. They're about kind of the skinwalker woman who seduces men into a van. Stars Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, cool. I
Um,
like her. Have you seen Hail Caesar?
nope.
I think that's Scarlett Johansson. Am I wrong on that? Hail Caesar, like she's in. You got to see Hail Caesar if you haven't seen Hail Caesar.
Is it
Yeah.
about Rome? Is it about like Roman Caesar?
No, it's about Hollywood, but part of it is that they're filming a movie called Hail Caesar, and
I feel like I know what you're talking about. It's like a Coen Brothers-y kind of thing.
yes, it's a Coen Brothers movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't care about spoilers either. Let's hear Lizella.
I see their
Lockdowns were shit for me. Boss said I still had to show up. Literally, aliens could invade. That sucks right there. I got to stay home, and I enjoyed making comics all the time. Jake says I don't give a fuck about spoilers. A piece of media should be enjoyed beyond the story as a writer and a storyteller. I 100% agree with you. Let's see, and smiley face, and yeah, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, so I am sorry. I know. Go ahead.
I think there's a conversation to be had about spoiler meter, and what it means to have I don't know.
Like
I have an expectation coming into it. There is something to
but this is a book that's been out for a while. Like on day one, if somebody like sends you a tweet of Snape kills Dumbledore, that's what. Does anybody remember that happening? Like the day of the Bloody Hallows came out, or whatever the last book was.
Yeah,
that was like trending on Twitter.
Yeah, I guess I don't care about Blood Meridian in this case. You know, it's one of those things.
My girlfriend would get really incensed about things like spoilers, but I don't care at all. Oh yeah, I am sorry to hear, Lizella. You don't have to tell us what your work is or anything like that, but I'm assuming it was essential in some format or other. Mine is, I consider myself to not be that essential. However, they did like this kind of tiered callback mode for people bringing people back to work where I work, and I was one of the first people they brought back, so I had to go back in September. So I was out from March to September, and I was one of the only people in the office. And we were kind of making up work to do, at the end there. Government essential BS. Zello, I also work for the government. If we got to talk about the subject of spoilers, I'll use the galaxy brain scale picture as a salvo. Fair enough.
What's a salvo?
A salvo is like a launch, a shot. As a launch, when you launch your shot, an artillery strike.
No, really. Oh, okay. A salvo.
A salvo. It is. That is what it means.
I probably don't want to keep working on my job if they mandate another booster or anything, because I had this this episode where my mum she took a booster. Well, I don't know. She kind of knew what she was going into, but she took the booster. She was in bed all day just to get over it. And during the night, like she said to me, like, I'm gonna call an ambulance, because she was sort of feeling like,
oh no,
an unsourceable amount of pain all over, like it was all over her body, and she sort of just, I went along with her in the ambulance, and she just stayed overnight in hospital. That was it. I ended up having to call like 2 taxis because the first one didn't show up or respond.
Oh, it's annoying.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying. And she was fine in the morning. Otherwise, she came home. She got a lift back home. But that almost, like, if that starts to happen, like, in a work, I probably want to start looking for different work if that was mandated.
I don't think they should be able to, like, mandate it at all.
No, I don't think,
because I don't want to do it again, and I didn't want to do it again, but I took it. I got the shot because you needed to go back to work, and I'm like, all right, well, I get flu shots. I guess this is going to be like any other shot, and I don't think it is like any other shot. I don't think it's the same.
No.
Maybe that's a conspiracy, but I just don't feel like it's the same. We were told that if you got vaccine, you wouldn't have to wear a mask. And 30 days later, they just changed their minds.
They just
In
changed their
rhetoric,
minds what they
salvo
want.
could be seen as an antithesis to the Mott and Bailey. And I know what a Mott and Bailey is in rhetoric, but would you like to explain what the Mott and Bailey is? So the Mott is...
By the way, we're not going to get into conspiracies anyway.
Right, who cares about that? This is all about comics.
Mm-hmm. So
But
worry
what a
too
Mott and
much.
Bailey argument is a rhetorical
Sorry.
construction where you have the Bailey, the tower, and then you have the tower, which is your overwhelming idea. Then you have where your idea that you make people accept. If you accept this idea, then you have to accept the other idea, but you do like a bait and switch on it. Is the Mott and Bailey argument. And I got COVID pre-vaccine, so what was the point? Yeah, right there. So I got it after the vaccine. And strangely enough, my son did not.
That's so weird, isn't it?
So that right away, it's not a vaccine. It's something else. Whatever they want to call it is fine. But I think there was some bait and switch that went on here.
I like the shading on the robot to the left.
This guy right here.
To the left.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He looks better when I take the pencil layer off because it's kind of noisy and it gets in the way.
There was a
Thank you very much.
half-tone one, but yeah, I liked it. Mm-hmm.
I used the diagonals so that it would have like a duotone effect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I nailed it or not, but this is me breaking my own rules by having this 4-layered conversation.
Mm-hmm.
My own rule is I try to do...
What the hell did I just... Oh, no.
Groups of 4 or lines of 4. But it's if any character had answered back, I would not have been able to do this construction. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, crud. I screwed it up. All right, where is it missing? Could be missing right there. Yeah, the screen tone enhanced it. Thank you very much. Oh no, Pete, you're pulling a bend. Oh, don't say that. Now you've heard me.
A Bendis?
I'm the anti-Bendis.
No, he does the ping pong ones where it's back and forth. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a Bendis. All right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Bend it like Bendis.
Bend it like Bendis.
He's not my favorite, I have to tell you.
I heard he did a good Daredevil run, at least, to the film.
I don't know. I am such a curmudgeon about the comics lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's in the ink layer, dummy. That's to myself.
No, it's me. I confused ink layers with color layers the other day.
All right, if I take the ink layer out, the whole thing was in the ink layer. I'm an idiot. What happened? All right, we have to do this over. Yeah, I did the entire...
I hear your girlfriend's flip-flops in the background.
Yep, that is exactly what you heard.
Oh, man.
You have acute hearing.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Acute.
You have a
means-
good mic. That's what you have.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's so basically it's the webcam mic. So it's like an open mic. It's like this is
Yeah.
the mic when I'm pointing to it. So
I don't know. It could be fine as separate bubbles.
well, he's not going back and forth. They're not ping ponging, but they are. It's one big layer. But I thought I'd break it into these 4 sentences because he's threatening him. He's like, "Okay, you're Royal Guard or not. You're nobody." This is like Hook.
How many fingers does he have? He's a robot. Doesn't matter.
1, 2. Yeah, he's. You're all right though. That's 1 finger, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a thumb. So a 6-fingered hand. You're correct, Jake. Thank you for pointing that out.
No, that's Liz. She said that. I think.
Liz. 6.
I keep wanting to call you that obese celebrity. I'm sorry, Lizzo.
Yeah.
You know.
Lizzo.
I'm sorry if I.
That's not her.
Oh my god.
Unlike most of us, Lizzo is not afraid to appear on camera. She has a channel where she demos
channel?
her. Yes.
Well, I'm
yeah.
sure she's a singer. So yeah, she's a big
Absolutely. And she demos
stage presence. No pun intended.
charcoal things, which are really cool.
Charcoal
And pastel and. Well, actually, a lot of different things. I've seen her do markers. I saw her do marbling.
I thought you were talking about the singer for a second. I was talking about mixing her up with that. You are.
Oh, there we go. That's I thought that's what it was. You have first name and then your last name.
Liz Petruzzello.
Petruzzello.
Okay, Liz. Have that. Italian.
Italiano.
It's Italian discrimination.
The Sopranos. You're doing a Sopranos bit.
Yeah.
It's because my name ends in a vowel. That's why. I love Tony Soprano.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great show. I am struggling with this speech bubble. This thing is going to go over. I know it's already 8, but I've got to do this speech bubble or I'll never get it done. So this is the actual theme of the comic. Everyone must know their place, and of course they're rebelling against it by of course Sinitar is a butler.
Mm-hmm.
And he's acting as a hero or a guard, a royal guard, and then the princess and I've got a huge tangent over here on the finger. Stop it. All right, what if I did this? Royal guard or not? Makes no difference. This is supposed to be that moment like in Hook. You ever see Hook?
Yep.
There's one moment in Hook where Robin Williams is fighting Captain Hook. He's fighting Dustin Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
And
that doesn't sound as epic when you say it like that.
Yeah. Peter Pan is fighting Captain Hook. They get locked like sword to sword. It's the most intense fight ever. You're completely in the fantasy of this Hook show where that character is really Peter Pan and the other character is really Captain Hook. And Captain Hook leans in close. He goes, "Your name is not Peter Pan. You are like an insurance salesman. This is all a fantasy, and you don't care about your kids, and you have all these problems." And it's like he lays out the entire thing right in front of him, and that's when Peter Pan throws him off, right? So, and there's a couple of moments like that in that. That's a great movie. There's a couple of moments like that. There's one where he's talking to the kids, and he has the little boy, and he has him in the clock shop, and they're smashing the clocks up. No, it's not. It was part right before that. Is when the little boy and the little girl. Jake says, "Hey, when we're done
Huh.
with the art manifesto, me and the group will be doing some art for it. I think. Got to grab a new whiteboard, set up a production table too. Awesome.
Interesting. Sounds interesting.
Well, I would love to hear more about it. Actually, let's see what you're gonna do with that. Hook is one of my favorite movies.
I like that what they did with the crocodile and the clock tower, and how that paid
Absolutely.
off. That's awesome.
So, anyways, that's the theme of the story. Everyone must know their place. That's what the bad guys say.
Mm-hmm. Are they wrong? We'll find
They're
out.
wrong.
Are they though?
The idea here
We'll find
is
out.
that you can make your own pace. Yeah.
Are they though?
Jake says that Hook movie's a damn bomb. One of the most underrated Spielberg. Absolutely, totally agree.
I thought you said it bombed at the box office. It probably didn't.
It did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it though.
I loved it, and it's what you can watch every year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the classic Rufio.
Yeah, that guy really came famous after he went on he did voice lines for Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yep. You know what he really got famous though, which is really silly, is he was in it's a webcomic. What was it?
A what film?
Yeah. Homestuck. He was featured in Homestuck.
Really?
Yes. So that kind of, and
Wow.
everybody kind of remembered him immediately because you couldn't forget this guy, but it's like
God.
having him in Homestuck was enough to like kind of bring him back, and then suddenly he was making appearances at conventions again. And
Wow, I
that.
never would have guessed that.
Were you a Homestuck fan?
No, I tried to read about it.
I tried to read it and I couldn't understand what the heck was going on, but my kids were totally into it.
It's like, I don't know. It's using apparently it's using like new technology in a way that's different than what I've heard about it. No, not Kara. Wait.
Ah,
Avatar. No, that's the James Cameron one.
the Korra one, and then that's the Way of the Water. Yeah, not that one. I don't think.
How the heck?
All right, I'm gonna make this bigger so I get some noise in there. Look at that! Look at that noise.
Oh, it's really bad.
Oh, I like the noise. I like the noise in the when I do like a blackout area. If you have it like with some noise in the brush, it kind of gives it a little bit of analog feel to me. I don't know if it's true or not. I like it.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. It's true.
Watery brush. Maybe I'll.
Oh, you're talking about the Avatar, the preachy way of the Avatar movie.
Oh my
Way of
god!
Water. I know which one.
I hate that. That's a thing that people mix up because we have to say the Last Airbender, and then you have to clarify. No, not the terrible M. Night Shyamalan movie. The actual animated. It's so sad. It's like 3 different like properties, but you actually talk about one.
Yeah. So the Last Airbender was pretty cool. The or not the Last Airbender. Just is it called the Last Air? What was the animated one called? The regular show.
It's both Avatar and the Last Airbender as one.
Yeah, that's what it was called. I remember because I used to tease my kids and I would go, "Are you guys watching Avatar: The Last Air Biscuit?" And they're like, "It's not Air Biscuit, Dad."
Air Biscuit. Man, it's like, oh, James Cameron stole. That's not the last thing James Cameron stole, but anyway.
Yes, the Last Airbender. There we go.
But
totally different.
Last Airbender. Oh, jeez. But then there's Legend of Korra, which takes place in the same universe, and I watched a bit of that. I watched the first a bit of the first season. I yo ho hoed it, if you know what I mean. But I then stopped watching because I couldn't yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Anyway, and
I just got what you said there. I yo ho hoed it.
and uh, I wasn't too into it, but it was interesting. They how they sort of jumped through time, did a time skip to more 1920s sort of,
Oh, really?
and they try to integrate the bending abilities into that, the water, fire, air bending. Are you ever familiar with the series?
Yeah, I watched
How it
I
makes-
watched a bunch of the first couple of seasons.
Oh, they were pretty cool.
The Fire Nation and the I like the girl from the
What's
Earth Nation,
Atok?
I think.
What's Atok? Legend.
I don't know what Atok is.
What the heck is
I'm
that?
an Atok. A Time of Kings? The Throne of Kings?
Probably.
I don't know what it is. You might have to break that one out for us. Avatar, The Eternal Kingdom? No. The original? No. A certain YouTube channel covered it and shreds it. Fair enough. I actually don't know which one he's referring to.
Use your words. Atlock.
Atlock.
Legend of
The
Korra.
Legend of Korra. That's what it was.
That's not what it means.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Avatar, The Legend of Korra. That makes perfect sense.
The Legend of. They don't use the small words in a acronym. They don't use those sometimes. The Legend of Korra. I don't know, boy. That's strange.
I guess you could say A-Lock, which was Avatar,
A-Lock.
Legend of Korra.
I said Legend of Korra. I don't know. LOK. Yeah, that could work. But I think this water is looking okay. I kind of raced bits and some light comes in.
It's looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll solo you for a second. I think we're getting close to the end of the stream, but let me hang on. Hold on.
Legend of Korra.
How do I do this? I want to solo layout. Boom. Now
Oh, thank you. Oh wow, we've been going 2 hours, 2:10. Wow.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I had to go over because I was getting really frustrated with my speech bubbles.
That's all right. Thank you, Liz. That's
Your deal
cool.
is looking great. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like this plant thing.
The plant. Yeah, I thought it was a bean. I was kind of making a beanstalk, but I decided to make it more a tree. It was a tree originally, but yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with the beanstalk design, and there's traces of it around it, but I didn't want to add all those flowers or anything. Thank you, Jake, for clapping emoji. Do you have any announcements to make before you head?
Oh yeah, I should probably let me go ahead. First of all, let me place this up and show it.
Mhm.
So this is Sideburns' website, which is Duckling Star, the comicseries.com.
Mhm.
Let me bring us back to the regular layout just for 1 second, and I'll bring up another thing. I want to show you the new 9 volt
sorry.
anthology. That's all right.
Are you talking to me, Liz? I don't know.
I've seen something with the first panel like that.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
We say corn when that word comes up. I've seen corn.
Corn ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
That's one of my favorite lines.
I love it.
Soon
It's
it will
all
all
improvised,
like
and it's all
tears and
improvised
rain.
too.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
incredible, and it paints such a picture. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, because he's referring to something that's not even in the movie. That there were these capital ships on, the ships on fire outside of Orion and stuff. Oh my gosh, so cool. All right, anyways, survey
Might not be
planet.
far off.
Okay, so for anybody who did not know, hang on, let me bring it up. The 9-volt Winter Anthology. Where is it? Present screen. Share screen. I think it's this one. Right there. Actually, results. So the Jake, just in case you didn't know, we're done with the Adventure Awaits anthology, and we're just waiting for the cover. And then this is the announcement for the Winter anthology, which will be due sometime around December. We did the voting on it, and what won was Weird Arcana by more than a nose. Weird Arcana won by where is it? They had a 5.8. The next highest was Underground, which had 4.93. And then after that was Oz. I wanted to do an Oz one. I still kind of want to do Clear's Google history.
Could that play into it though, since it's mild fantasy kind of?
Absolutely. Like all of these could be anything else almost. Like you could do a magic story. Like if you wanted to still do an Oz story, you could do it in the magic one. If you wanted to do an underground story, you could still do it in the magic one. So that's fine. Same thing with the Silver Age one or the Toon Cavalcade one. If you still want to do cartoon animals, you totally can. But it's meant to be pretty interpretive. Lizella makes this joke about clearing the Google history. My Google history is stuff like, where to buy the best comfortable shoes. Like, what's the deal with my Achilles heel? Why do my feet hurt all the time? It's all like embarrassing old people stuff. All right, anyways. All right. So let me go back out of this. Let me stop sharing. Stop it a sharing. That's called self-report. Weird Arcana, what does that imply? It implies magic. It implies magic. It can be any kind of magic. It can be modern, urban, magic. It could be my original idea was I wanted, and this is a little bit more specific, is that I was having this idea that we could theme all the stories after different tarot cards, and it was going to be called Major Arcana. And
sounds a little less loose than what?
That's not loose at all. It's like the only person who would want to do that is probably me. So I knew that I'll pull it back. I'm drawing it. I'm dragging it, clawing it back. Yeah.
That sounds promising.
Absolutely, if you want to. Yeah, Jake, we'd love to have you in the book again. Magic, urban fantasy, horror, or high adventure is what I have on the list there. But anything with magic in it would be cool.
Also, sorry for ducking in and out to the stream. Sometimes I was just making breakfast and all that, but
on this stream, yeah, I did.
Yes,
totally fine, totally good, totally cool. All right, please like, follow, and subscribe if you are a watcher of the stream, and we will see you next time. We'll be back every Saturday, 6 to 8, hopefully with sideburns. So I'm going to start adding them to the like the credits and stuff, but and if you can't make it, it's still cool. I mean, I'll do stupid stuff like this. It's something I love doing.
I'll be in better shape, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right. I'll talk to you later. Hang on. I've got my ending sequence here.
I don't think he does.
If he does, I don't know about it. I wish I knew about it. All right. Thanks so much for showing up, and we will talk to you later.
the hell's in there? It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.